Hello, welcome to Little Rose Garden Studio. Today we're going to make some fabulous lanterns. They are so pretty inside. Spring's coming along a little bit closer today with this lovely sunny Sunday afternoon. They would also look gorgeous outside, really. And also make lovely gifts to give someone too. So up to you. You could always make a stash as a backlog of presents ready to give someone if you forget it's their birthday. Now there's an idea. But meanwhile, all you need to get started is some empty jam or honey jars, preferably ones with an interesting shape. Doesn't matter if they don't. Some pliable copper or garden wire, rather like this. This is pretty because it's copper, but even if it's the green wire or even that grey silver wire, it will look lovely, and you can always paint over it afterwards if you wanted to. And some nail varnishes, that's right. I want you to have a good old rummage in your drawers and find your old nail varnishes or your new ones for some very handy glass paints. And if there are some that you think, oh, that's a bit too dried up, just try putting a few drops of nail varnish remover inside and giving it a shake, and you might find you have just enough to do some really pretty detail on one or two of your lanterns. So let's get started. So it's all about having fun. You can make stripes with the masking tape, other shapes, fill in the gaps with clear, sparkly or solid colours. I'm going here for a sweet jar kind of effect. But doilies are fun too. If you tape on the doily, you can come out with this really lovely pattern on the glass. That was a clear, sparkly. And then I've gone for a stripe over the top, and I'm going for a red. And I'm getting a little bit of a rainbow feel here. Very colourful indeed. So you can use your masking tape to create shapes. Even rough edge shapes like this little bird can look very sweet with a not so distinct outline, which is lovely. But I'll show you a more distinct one later. So I'm adding some sparkly doily around the birds and going over with hand painted edges to some of my hearts to add some sparkles and stripes. But if you want to stick masking tape onto baking paper, you can have some very definite stick-on shapes to give you a very hard looking edge, if that's the kind of edging you'd like to have for your design too. So as we move on to the metal, I'm plaiting some strips for my lantern handles. Make sure they're a good height. Get hot, of course, with the candle. And then twist a couple of bits round and then pull round the top of the jar as a double twisted, like so. We want to make that nice and firm, but with a loop each side, ready to attach our handle on. So you can see we're there, what I've done. So I've twisted that round, and then I'm going to bend that in, back under, and twist it round. And then probably going to need the pliers there because it does get a little bit tough. So there you go. So I've made a loop on one side, tucked it under, and now with the pliers I'm going to twist that nice and securely before I take the other end round to make the loop on the other side. I mean, there's no hard and fast way how to do this, but this gives you an idea how to play and do something similar to what I've done. So there you go, that's one on one side, which is quite symmetrical and quite good looking, even though I say so myself. And then we'll do something similar on the other side. The main thing you want to do is make sure there's no sharp bits sticking out from the wire that could hurt you or anybody else picking up the lantern. So when we come round to the other side, I'm just tucking that under and pulling that up through the wound round neck piece. There you go, you can see what I've done there. And then I'll pull that tight and thread it back under through and fasten it off to make another matching loop on the other side. And you will need those pliers there to get that last bit wound round really beautifully. And then similarly, loop the end of your handle wire into the end section back up and use your pliers to twist the end round really firmly and get rid of any sharp bits so that we don't hurt anyone. And then squash it together. And then for the little candle seat, you want to just make a little well piece, which is the seat there. I'm not sure how clearly you can see this, but for each side, I've gone under and over, ready to go over the other side. So you can see there that it twisted until it got to the seat and then went separately the two pieces through and then retwisted to complete the seat. But here we are making some pretty gift labels. I've gone with the theme of love. So we've got love birds, love sweets, love rainbows, and love hearts. And I've just attached those with some little ribbon pieces and stapled them on. You don't mind?
I've always been unfortunate too, right? Well, that's good. You're doing a really good demo of how the seat works. That's brilliant. I wanted that shot.
And there we have it. Beautiful indoor or garden lanterns. Hello, welcome to Little Rose Garden Books Studio channel. It's so lovely to welcome you here with us today. We'll be covering all sorts from baking to making ideas, comedy skits, and all the latest videos and previews. Yes, you'll see them here first for Little Rose Garden Books. So please hit the subscribe button below and come and join us for all the fun. Come along for the ride. Thank you for watching.